You feel empty. It seems like you don't want anything anymore. You search for answers. People confidently tell you that you're simply tired, that you just need some rest. So you rest. But nothing changes. Because this exhaustion isn't hiding in overworked muscles. It feels as though it has spread through your entire being, and no amount of sleep can fix it. That is what burnout feels like, and chances are you've experienced it yourself. You have probably already heard what psychologists have to say about it. Any popular channel can explain that side of the story. But let's try something different. Let's try to understand how burnout works specifically inside you. Because once you truly understand it, you are far less likely to fall into the same trap again. And the key to understanding it lies in a single word that appeared at the beginning of this video. Emptiness. The feeling of emptiness implies that you were once full of something and then lost it. That is why many people assume burnout is simply a matter of depleted energy. Whether physical or mental, ordinary fatigue usually disappears after rest. But if rest does not help, then you have lost something greater than physical or mental strength. So what exactly have you lost? Conventional wisdom says that burnout mainly affects creative people. But let's be honest, it can just as easily happen to young parents, project managers, doctors, teachers, children, or anyone else. Sooner or later, anyone can experience that feeling of inner emptiness. Because they spent too long giving and gradually lost sight of why they were giving in the first place. The reason humanity has never invented a perpetual motion machine is simple. Nothing can work forever. Not even you. And I'm not talking about hard labor. I mean the constant expenditure of effort, day after day, especially when the results seem invisible. You might ask why doctors burn out. After all, their work saves lives. That is true. But over time, a doctor begins to notice that no matter how much effort they invest, there are never fewer sick people. Sometimes that realization turns into cynicism. One less patient. One more patient. What difference does it make? The doctor begins to feel powerless to change anything. Teachers watch their efforts get effortlessly drowned out by funny videos on a smartphone. Young parents feel they can never quite raise their children the way they imagine they would. All of these situations share two things in common: expectations and the gradual loss of meaning. Actions without meaning become mechanical repetition. They still produce results, but the person stops seeing them. Every endeavor needs nourishment. Stop putting fuel in a car and it will stop running. A fire without wood dies out. Flowers without water eventually wither. Human beings are even more complicated. We need meaning in return for our efforts. Meaning is the feeling that what you are doing is not in vain. And when that feeling disappears, emptiness slowly takes its place because everything a person gives begins to feel as though it is never replenished. The second source of disappointment is unrealistic expectations. Let us return to the doctor. He wants to heal humanity. But are his powers really that great? Or consider young parents who have read every book and watched every video, only to discover that they cannot live up to the impossible standards they have absorbed. Are they really doing so little for their children each day? The higher the expectation, the easier it becomes to lose sight of meaning. And now consider one quiet but frightening thought. The cause of burnout is often something we once loved, something we enjoyed doing, something we considered our calling. And then one day, it becomes unbearable. Love needs nourishment too. Even the work we love begins to fade if we go for years without feeling that it matters. That is why recovering from burnout begins gradually. Do not try to refill yourself all at once. If you send too much voltage through a light bulb, it burns out. Too little, and it barely shines. But give it exactly what it needs, and it produces the light it was created to give. If you stop dismissing your small efforts and everyday actions, You will begin to see the immense meaning hidden inside them, because nothing meaningful is created all at once. Even Almighty God needed 7 days to create the world. Every small action you take is like a stream feeding the river of your eventual result. And those tiny meanings, discovered within each individual action, gradually begin to fill you again, leaving less and less room for emptiness. It is not work that exhausts people. What exhausts them is the feeling that all their efforts are like a bucket of water poured into the sands of a desert. That is why burnout is not healed by rest. It is healed by the return of meaning. Even a small amount of it